Do trial separations help? Do you recommend that?
That's a good question. There are situations where trial separations are very helpful if both parties are committed to the marriage and one or both parties feels that they need the space to reflect on the marriage, and through the separation they're guided with a third party and have an agreement about the conditions of the separation that are in line with helping the relationship succeed. There's also situations where people do a trial separation that might be that one party's not as interested, and they may not have agreements, and they may not keep agreements when the separation occurs because they're actually looking for a way out. So it's tricky, and I think clear agreements are number one for separations. Another reason why people do a trial separation is because they can't actually bring down the volatility in the dynamic. They don't know how to deactivate their level of volatility and conflict, and so they might do a trial separation in the interest of the overall family and minimizing the exposure of conflict with their children.
Like taking a time out almost.
Yeah,
exactly. Because it can just be so escalating.
Yeah, exactly. However, best case scenario, you have a counselor involved who's helping you design the agreement. Your partner is in agreement, and you know the timeline of the separation and the conditions of it, and it's all been discussed ahead of time. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I understand how important it is to have agreements in place because, and this is sort of more on another note, but when you do some kind of a trial separation, you can get caught up in the terms. As you go down further into your separation, it can kind of come back in some ways if you're not clear about why you're doing it, right? Like you might want to continue sharing your money. You might want to continue. You don't want that to form part of your real separation, for example.